University wants to get rid of harmful language. It published a list of offensive words, including American and Karen. People are mocking it, and Stanford's now backtracking.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Speaking of things that are deeply problematic, Stanford University. It prides itself on being one of the world's leading research universities, but it wants to make sure that the best and brightest of all backgrounds feel safe on campus. Back in 2020, the Stanford CIO Council and people of color and technology pledged to support transformative measures to increase representation and opportunities across the Stanford IT community for people of color. Then in February this year, they announced a website containing various potentially harmful terms individuals may use in their everyday language, an explanation of why the terms are harmful, and suggested alternatives. So,
Harmful.
People of color at Stanford were told they would receive more opportunities and instead got a list of offensive terms.
Harmful. Let's see how harmful these words are, guys.
The initiative website has been up since May, and it shows alternatives to offensive and harmful English phrases that are ableist, ageist, colonialist, culturally appropriative, gender-based, institutionally racist, violent, and more.
That makes me want to gag. These are the same people that are talking about don't burn books. Book burning is bad. Okay, these are the same people, all right?
Sadly, it doesn't also include words that are seemingly harmless but still somehow deeply upsetting, like moist, moist, moist. For example, according to Stanford's Elimination of Harmful Language initiative, people trivialize experiences if they use terms like addicted, insane, or even walk-in, as in going into walk-in office hours without an appointment. Because how dare you say walk-in when not everyone can walk? Why aren't you more sensitive? Are you insane or addicted to crack or something? Stanford's also big on
Devoted to crack. You saw that chart too.
pronouns. He or she are a no-go unless you know for sure that's their preferred pronouns. Sorry, I mean pronouns. Saying preferred is too problematic. Which I get, because when it comes to soup or salad, salad isn't my preference. It's my need. Soup is just savory tea. The only people who enjoy it are the old and the sick. Sorry, the advanced in age or the currently physically unwell. Speaking of gender, any word with man in it, like
Can't say mankind, can't say manpower, can't say man-made, can't say man-hours. Yeah. Okay.
mankind, man-made, manpower, or even man-hours just reinforced male-dominated language. I wonder how many effort hours it took Stanford to come up with all this.
Effort.
And does this mean instead of manicure, you have to call it personicure?
I'm going to ask about menopause. We're just going to call it pause?
Anything with the words black and white are also too controversial because clearly they're racially biased against black people. This includes phrases like black box, black lists and white lists, and white space. Don't.
What? Is it that serious? Is it that serious? Are people so devastated by the word black? No, we're not. The answer is no, we're not. You're just being extra, okay?
Blacklist something, deny list it. Everyone will definitely know what you're talking about. I guess that means black and white cookies are off the menu. What you see as a dessert, they see
Pandas too.
as oppression. Delicious, delicious oppression. Anything remotely violent, like beating a dead horse, killing two birds with one stone, and killing it, is problematic as well.
Beating a dead horse. Who suffers in that? The horse is dead.
That means Slay Queen is not aligned with Stanford's values. Even Karen is too offensive. So consider using demanding or entitled white woman.
Nope.
The irony
Can't
here,
do it.
of course, is that this definitely sounds like it was suggested by a Karen.
Thank you.
Stanford also suggested replacing the word American
Yes!
with U.S. citizens since not all people living in the Americas are in the U.S. They also argue that calling someone from the U.S. American implies the U.S. is the most important country out of all 42 countries in North and South America, leading most Americans.
I think we are. We're a pretty big deal. You know, reserve currency, world's largest military, uh, largest economy in the world. Yeah, I think there's a lot of things that we're pretty on the top for. And on the bottom, most people in jail too, but let's not go there.
Sorry, U.S. citizens. To respond, where's the lie? Congrats on the World Cup win, Argentina. If you want to get on the U.S.'s level, try winning 2 world wars and not having a history of harboring Nazis. Unless you use them for your space program, of course. Some of the alternatives that Stanford is providing
Going to the moon first?
just too much of a mouthful to say. This is all an example of what's called person-first language, in which all adjectives are bad. As you might expect, Stanford got a lot of backlash, which might also be an offensive term due to reminding people about slavery.
Oh.
Welcome back. Stanford wants to eliminate language that it deems too harmful and offensive. This grabbed the public's attention after the Wall Street Journal shared Stanford's list of forbidden words. Conservative news outlets picked up on the story, and mean really picked up on the story. Because liberal institutions calling language offensive is like chum for conservative news outlets. They're complaining about pronouns, nom 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 nom. And now Stanford's harmful language initiative is getting pushback, especially for putting the word American on the blacklist. Deny list.
Vietnam veteran Louis Agrant Sr. of San Jose says he's stunned to hear Stanford put American on a harmful language list.
When you go to war and you're out there in the battlefield and you're not thinking about being a U.S. citizen, you're thinking about what you are in your heart, and we're all Americans, and we should be proud of that.
U.S. citizen, what is that? Doesn't mean anything to me. I'm an American through and through.
I became an American citizen. I'm an American, and I don't have any negative.
Same here. I'm an American citizen. Why is there such an attack on being patriotic? Why are people making it seem as if it's so wrong for people to have hurt feelings? Having hurt feelings is a part of life. It gives you some character. You can go around trying to act like nobody should be hurt or sad or bothered by anything. The problem is everybody's bothered by everything. That's the problem.
Associated with that word. So I feel like I could use it freely.
Actually, pushback is putting it lightly. Stanford's being mocked for sheer insanity. Sheer wildness. And is being accused of language castration. Language reassignment surgery. Some are poking fun at Stanford with their own lexicons, and have criticized Stanford while also trying to use as many of their own offensive words as possible. Now, who'd resort to doing something like that? Even Stanford's student-run conservative publication took a stab at criticizing the university and compared its Harms Language initiative to 1984's Big Brother Newspeak, or maybe now we should call them Sizable Sibling. I know. I had no idea there were conservative students at Stanford either. Stanford University has since walked back its initiative, which is super ableist since not everyone can walk. It now hides its list of harmful language behind a secure login, although the document's still accessible through the Wall Street Journal. It's almost as if Stanford didn't have the guts to defend its list of prohibited words. Stanford came out with an update saying the website doesn't represent university policy. It also does not represent mandates or requirements, and that the website was intended for internal discussion within Stanford's IT community.
Lies.
Then why did they make it public in the first place?
Thank you.
Also, in one of the original announcements about this website, Stanford linked it to a larger initiative to create a university-wide style guide. Whatever the case may be, Stanford said that it heard and appreciates concerns about the guide's treatment of the term American. It clarified that American is not banned at Stanford, but is absolutely welcomed. Oh, wow, absolutely welcome. Then why was it on a list of offensive and harmful words? Does that mean they absolutely welcome all other offensive and harmful words, Like
Yeah.
moist? Moist.
No, 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 no. We're not doing it. We're not doing Chris, guys. I just thought this was interesting and sad, and sad. Where are we going in America where we can't say words like American? Yeah, that's a problem to me. I feel like I am proud to be an American. I'm proud to be in America. And if I get a little bit more taboo, I love my country. You know? Guys, I hope you guys found this interesting and got a laugh at the expense of some of the brightest minds in our country, you know? Again, just because you're educated doesn't mean you're smart. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Guys, thank you for kicking with me for another video. I hope you enjoyed this one. I'll see you in the next one, all right? Peace. Peace.